So I have a confession to make. As well as all of the reviews and the trips and all of the social media stuff that you have been seeing on my channels here and on TikTok and on Instagram for the last few months, I have been working on a very exciting side project that I have not been able to tell you about, but I am going to today. Oh my god, hey, welcome back to my theatre-themed YouTube channel. Chances are if you've clicked on this video, which is not about a particular show, which is just an update from me, you probably already know who I am, but if you have stumbled across this one, my name is Mickey Jo, and I am principally known as a theatre critic here on social media, here on YouTube. Which, incidentally, was never really the plan. Going back, like, over a decade, I had a written theatre blog that nobody really read because I never really shared it anywhere. And a little while after that, I started making YouTube videos backstage at the amateur dramatic productions I was in. If anyone used to watch Broadway.com vlogs, then that's definitely what I was emulating, but for Dorset community theatre. And at that point, I was filming them on my phone, not even this phone, an older phone. I was editing them on my phone, and purely doing all of this because I enjoyed it. This was nowhere near 1,000 subscribers. This was nowhere near anything resembling the MickeyJoTheatre of it all that you see now. And some of you have heard me tell the story of what happened subsequently before and how it kind of grew to this. Some of you may even have been along for the ride, some of you know me personally, but all of this is to illustrate that there was a time I was so in love with theatre that it seemed obvious to me that I wanted to be a performer. That was the most obvious thing. The joy of then sort of falling into the critical side of things, not something I deliberately sought out, but something I sort of just grew into doing here on YouTube, is finding out that that brings me so much more artistic fulfillment. Seeing all of the theatre, getting to experience everything and getting to approach it from an analytical and critical, passionate perspective is so much more interesting to me than just singing and dancing and acting on stage. Only two of which I was ever passably good at, by the way. Now, just over a year ago, I became full-time here on YouTube, and I've spent the last 12 months really just trying to keep up with the treadmill of it all and hit the ground running and work out what my new day-to-day looked like and what life was like and what finances were like as a self-employed freelancer, kind of breaking into an influencer industry that didn't really functionally exist a year ago. All of which, needless to say, has been made possible by the people who click on and watch these videos, the people who have subscribed, the people who comment and like, and of course the people who are supporting as channel members. All of you amazing people watching these videos, just by engaging with the stuff that I share on social media, have helped to foster a lot of opportunities, just like this one. So I'm delaying, but here it is. Here's my actual news. I'm not pregnant. I didn't secretly get married. That's going to take a lot more planning than that. I'm not moving to New York. That's expensive. I am not part of the brand new UK tour of Mary Poppins. They just happened to be announcing on the same day. Can you imagine? S-U-P-E-R. What I am doing is producing my first ever live show. MickeyJoTheatre Live, which I'm sure invites hundreds of follow-up questions, so let me explain. So this idea was born when I was approached by a specific London venue, the Phoenix Arts Club. They got in touch with me again, having seen like my videos on YouTube, inquiring about the possibility of doing some sort of a show or some sort of an evening and what that might look like, whether it was like a live recording session or a podcast taping. And after having spent the better part of a year just trying to keep up with the stuff I was already doing, I had kind of started to think about the other things that I could explore and the other things that this could become. And I'm painfully aware that as soon as I say this, a lot of people are going to think that this is me trying to transition into some sort of career on the stage as an actor. And please believe me, that is not something that I am seeking out. That is also not what this is. If anything, for the longest time, I have idolized Paul Wontorek from Broadway.com and Seth Rudetsky, who had this amazing, long-running, New York-based Broadway chat interview cabaret show called Seth's Broadway Chatterbox. I'm the biggest fan of Seth Rudetsky and Paul. It's those kind of footsteps that I am trying to follow in here, and that is very much what inspired the concept of what a MickeyJoTheatre live show would be. Much like watching one of my YouTube videos, it will be me chatting, talking about recent theatre news. There will be a Q&A portion, but because I am such a fan of musical theatre, and I know that you are as well, I will also be joined by some very exciting rising stars from the musical theatre sphere. some very exciting performers who I am lucky enough to also call friends, whose names I am not going to reveal yet. I am so sorry. It's so incredibly mean of me. I know. That will get revealed in an update video coming out nearer the time. I say nearer the time. I haven't told you when this is happening. I'm doing a horrible job at this. Let's start over. Oh my god, hey, I'm going to be doing a live show on May the 26th in London at the Phoenix Arts Club at 7:30, and I really hope that you can join me. As of right now, and this video will have dropped at 5 PM UK time on Thursday the 7th of March, the event is currently on sale exclusively to my YouTube channel members by way of a thank you for all of their support up to now, but general sale will begin on Friday the 8th of March at 9 AM UK time. Channel members, if you're wondering how to access the pre-sale, I will have done a channel member exclusive community post with a password to the ticket page. If you haven't been able to find that, please get in touch with me privately or on here, and I will do my best to point you in that direction. Speaking of which, let's talk ticket prices. So this is an intimate little cabaret venue. I'll tell you more about the space in a moment, but we have 3 tiers of ticket prices. The first few rows are going to be priced at £25, a sort of a premium section, which does include a pre-show meet and greet opportunity. We can take photos, we can chat, you can ask me questions. If that sounds like something that you would like to add on to this experience, then maybe that is the ticket package for you. You'll get let into the venue a little bit ahead of the start of the performance, and we'll get to have a cute little meet and greet moment. Also, my stagey fiance Erin James will be there as well, because people get very upset when they meet me and he isn't nearby. The standard ticket price for the event that doesn't include the meet and greet option is just £20, and there are some sort of seats at the side which are semi-restricted view, but it's not like I'm doing the Lion King. It's just going to be people sat on the stage and talking and singing things, so those are going to be priced at £15. And I'll be very transparent here. I'm working directly with the venue. I do not have an external producer at this time. I am making all of these decisions sort of by myself, and I questioned whether this was too much, because I'm not a West End show and I'm not suggesting that I am of comparable quality to a West End show. At the same time, this is going to be a 2-act evening with multiple professional musical theatre guest stars who are very exciting names, who are going to be giving you world-class performances. There will be singing, and in order for them to be compensated properly, in order for my musical director to be compensated properly, who is also a professional genius, in order for everyone involved in the evening to be paid what they are worth, that is the realm in which the ticket price needs to live. It's also, like I said, a 2-act evening of cabaret, and for tickets to be much lower than that, I don't want to begin to devalue the notion of what an evening of cabaret actually is in London. Now, if you're wondering about the Phoenix Arts Club, this is a historic institution within the West End. You can find it underneath the Phoenix Theatre, where Stranger Things, The First Shadow, is currently playing. It's on Phoenix Street in London. It's not too far from the Dominion Theatre, at Soho Place, the Palace Theatre, and the venue itself is actually contained beneath street level, a quirk of which is unfortunately that it is not wheelchair accessible, something that the venue, and believe me, have really striven to try and improve. But if you've ever been there before, if you have any knowledge of this venue, you will understand the logistical issues that they face, namely gravity. Now, accessibility is something which is really important to them and to me, and I do have a solution for this. It is not a perfect solution, and unfortunately I'm also not able to tell you what it is just yet, which again is super annoying of me, but I don't quite have all of my ducks in a row for that one, so news on that is going to come with the next update announcement about the evening. I feel like I'm making this sound like a conference at this point. I'm excited, I'm really excited and simultaneously terrified about this. I am going to be singing a little bit. You can blame Peter Dunbar from the Phoenix Arts Club for saying that that's pretty important to the show. And I also wanted this to stand out alongside other sort of West End chat show formats. I don't think I'm the first person to ever do this kind of a thing, to ever chat to guests from the musical theatre world. So there's a couple little things I'm going to be doing differently. First of all, if you've seen any of my interviews before, you know that I have a pretty unique approach to asking interview questions. There is going to be plenty of that. We're going to be asking the questions people really want to know, but also keeping it fun and light-hearted and hopefully funny. And of course, there will be multiple musical performances, but with a twist. Because I've been to these kind of cabaret shows before, and when a performer sings something, I as an audience member almost always have an opinion about the song that they've chosen and have a preconception about what I want them to sing. So instead, at almost every opportunity for a song in the show, and there are several, the audience will get to vote in real time on which of 2 possible songs the performers are going to sing. They can either sing the one that they want to or the one that I want them to. We will present both options and then you, the audience, will get to choose. Some other stuff that there's going to be in the show. I have always wanted to be a game show host, so we're going to do a little bit of a musical theatre trivia game moment. That I'm very excited about, and I hope you are as well. Also, if you know anything about me, you know that it is a passion of mine to support British musical theatre composers, so there is going to be a section of the show dedicated towards platforming a particular new musical composer, and for this show that is going to be my musical director, whose name is Tom Arnold, who is brilliant. I'm very excited for you to get to hear his music. He's fantastic. We might do a little bit of a preview maybe when I do an update video, if we've had some rehearsal time before then. I'm trying to think of everything else I need to tell you about this evening. The poster that you will currently see is very much just preliminary. I whacked that out on Canva the other day. I am working with a professional, excellent graphic designer who's going to be putting together a proper poster. Don't worry, I am paying the people to do the proper things. We are doing this properly. That is going to be forthcoming alongside the announcement of the guests, and hopefully, I'm hoping that with this live show, I'm also going to be able to debut a new range of merchandise, which is something I've always talked about and planned for, but literally have never been able to successfully implement before because it's always been too much work, and I've always wanted to do it again professionally and properly and get stuff that doesn't just like say, oh my god, hey on it in a basic font. I want this to actually be cute. I want this to actually look good. I have strong feelings about merchandise. As you know, it is not enough to just slap a logo onto something. I want this to actually be decent and of durable professional quality. So we're working on that. Hopefully there will be merchandise available at the live show, and that will launch the availability of merchandise online in a perfect world. We'll see what happens there. Capitalism's tricky. Finally, I think this is finally, I may have other updates. I am going to be supporting a charity as a result of this, and without telling you my entire financial breakdown, I'm not making a lot of profit from this. Like, the venue is being super generous with me, and I'm trying to pay everyone involved, like not just the basic industry standard, but like what their time is honestly worth. But a portion of the profits thereafter is going to be donated to a charity that is very close to my heart, which I'm not going to mention now. I will be talking about it near the time. If they want me to, I will obviously be talking about it on the night and why it's important to me. It's not like one of the really big, well-known ones. This is a very small, quite new charity that I have a very meaningful personal connection to. And even if it's not a huge amount of money, I have wanted to be able to work with this charity and help support them for the longest time. And as part of all this, I'm really, really, really happy that I get the chance to do that. And as an addendum to that, I should say I'm treating this live show like a sort of a proof of concept preview type of a thing. This is very new territory for me, and I don't want to be presumptuous enough to say I'm now going to be doing a bunch of live shows. It is, however, my aspiration that this will become a recurring thing in London, that it would be regular. Wouldn't it be great to talk about like the new shows of the month at live show, the theatre news of the past few weeks, get new guests from productions that are about to open, that have recently opened, who are in rehearsals, maybe even like some exclusive announcements at the live show, fun things like that. And also that's something that the venue is hoping for as well. So all being well, this is hopefully going to become ongoing for the future, but at this time I just have one show. It's on May 26th. You can get tickets right now if you are a channel member. You can get tickets on Friday the 8th of March at 9 AM UK time. If not, if you don't know how to become a channel member, by the way, the link is in the description of this video. The link for tickets is also in the description of this video if you're watching it after Friday 8th of March, 9 AM UK time. I don't think there's anything else that I need to tell you about this. If anyone has any questions, obviously, any queries, please let me know in the comment section down below. I'm trying to think of everything and trying to make sure that I'm producing this in a way that's accessible and conscientious. The actual content of the show is now pretty structurally planned in my head, but if you have any brilliant ideas about the kind of thing that you would like to see at a Mickey Jo live show, feel free to put that in the comment section as well. And if anyone is planning on coming, if anyone gets tickets, then please post it in the comments here or post about it on social media, send me a message just to let me know that people are actually interested and people are actually coming, because it's one thing to to put a video up online and to have people watch it. It's a very different thing to actually do something in person and think, are people going to show up? We didn't know when we first tweeted about doing a meetup in New York if anyone would come, and then we were so amazed by the response to that. So I'm hoping that a MickeyJoTheatre live show in London is something that people might be interested in and might be excited by. I can't wait. I am so excited. Thank you so much for putting up with me teasing this announcement. Normal service will resume here on my channel. I have Broadway and West End reviews and UK tour reviews coming soon. I have vlogs from show launches coming soon, hopefully more interviews. And between now and May 26th, you will see a little update video here about how things are progressing for the live show. Hopefully I'll be launching some new artwork. I'll be letting you know who the guests are. They were both my first choice guests, by the way, and they both said yes enthusiastically, which was really exciting. I can't wait to tell you. I can't wait to see you all at the end of May at the Phoenix Arts Club. Please get your tickets. And I think that's everything I have to say. Thank you for watching this video. Make sure you're subscribed so you don't miss any updates. Let me know if you have any questions about tickets, anything else, put it in the comments. I will do my best to answer. Whew. In the meantime, I hope that everyone is staying safe and that you have a stagey day. For 10 more seconds, I'm MickeyJoTheatre. Oh my god, hey. Thanks for watching, have a stagey day. Subscribe!